How it all began? When Bruno knocked out the lights, trying to protect someone, but basically for his own ego. He goes down close to 30-something years ago. No, let me count. From 1980, is it 88? I guess it's 88. Basically the same year my grandfather passed away. At that time, the song that I was listening to and driving a two-wheeled bicycle with a motor on it, I think it was a Yamaha, okay? Now my son exchanges that 22 years later, and he's got Yamaha speakers, where Bruno and Bruno Mars, who came in the 48th Super Bowl, where Bruno tried to protect one more Kono. One more Yoko Ono Kono in a bar. A very nice bar, a pizza restaurant, a part of the pie. Why am I talking about this? Because ZZ Top was playing on the radio, and I was really into them at this time, or I really got hooked on that. So I just saw September 30th, 5 days before the end of my cycle, that ZZ Top is coming back again. What I want to talk to you in this video is pretty simple. I call it the two cherry effect. Here is the cup, here is the Y, here is the division of two sides. This side comes in, goes into here, and goes out of here. This is the rim or the brim of a cup. The illusion of the largest, okay, right here is the largest point. Is that right? No, the largest point is right here, or the largest point of the protective brim, so that when you fill the cup to the rim, but the rim now is all the way down here. The full line is here. The illusion on a cup that is rimmed, the rim cup that has no spill, is because this illusion, where the water hits that bubble here. But once you pass that bubble, you've overfilled the cup. So that's a no-no. Okay, that's one of the tricks. The other trick is 1 o'clock. Or how about 10 clocks? 3, 3, 6, 3, 2. The backdoor entrance. But do you really see this? Take a good look. 20 of the 20th century, Fox, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 added is 54. 54 plus 45, sorry. Now, we get the 3 o'clock. This is halfway around. Because when we get to 3 o'clock, 30 is creation. So what does man do in the 30 creation? You make sure that you don't have your C any further than the L, so the 50 clock would now be creation on dock. OCK is a 6th passage of 32. 6 by 3 by 2 is 1836 creation. But it's 60 seconds gone by and 60 minutes gone by are 180 degrees. So this will say only half. Over here, it's the backdoor entrance, 360 degrees. It's all. But over here, it's only half. Because all of this cycle made it to the beginning. But now you have to come into the real world. Are you looking this at 4 o'clock? Or 240 minutes? 240 degrees? Or divide the 240 or 24 or 2.4 into 25,920. And see what you get. You'll get another number that fits in time. This is 40 clocks. How much is a clock? Well, 3, okay. And, well, actually, how much is a clock? It's 12 o'clock. So it costs $12. So if a clock is 12, okay, so we have, where am I over here? So a clock is 12 hours. And you actually get the whole clock over here. Because this is your 360 degrees. Even though it's 3 times 60 seconds, your 360 degrees is in the back door over here. 6 by 3 is 18 by 2 is 36. Plus 6 and 3 and 2 is 11 and 13. 13, excuse me, plus 36 is 49. In the word 49, 60, and 42, this is 49, The word 8 equals to 49. The word green equals to 49. Okay? The word 49, 40 is value of 60, which is 60 seconds on the clock, 60 minutes, and which 40, okay, I said 64, excuse me, 4 is worth 60. TY is the 45 angle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, it ends. 30 creation is the other quarter of the clock that's missing before you went on to the next part of your 360 degrees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 4 parts of 360 degrees, of 360 degrees, of 360 degrees. And then the last quarter, which comes back over here to 360 degrees. So you get 3 parts of 360 degrees. You want to design it as a paisley? You can design it as whatever you want, but there's 4 parts of the clock. 3 parts go forward, 1 part goes back. Therefore, we have 360 times 4 equals to 1440, which a 1080 is this way and 360 is this way, equaling to 720 degrees, in which you would now take your 360 times 4 is 1440, or 1440, or 12 times 12 equals 142, or 414 DNA. So talking about the DNA, multi-different cultures and their DNA, because the culture comes from under the tongue. The cultures of life under the tongue. I just remember what I heard in my life. I know nothing. I just listened to what everybody had to say, but they kept telling me, you're not listening, you're not listening. Well, this is what I see. So now we take the 1080 Pi, which is actually 16, which becomes the light, and 86 becomes Man in His World. In fact, in Man in His World in Montreal in 1967, this is the 47th summer, or the 46th summer since, plus the summer of. Because the summer of you don't count. If I said the summer of 1967, going to be 47 years in advance, that would be 2014. Right? But so we now have 720. This becomes 86. Plus 16 equals 102. 4 equals 60. 9 equals 42. 102. Blackjack. When you add up the formation of the cards and what you do to the ace, making it 11, 7 times 13 cards is 91. 91 says S-P-I-R-I-T, spirit, and multiply it by 3, add it into the short count, and Messer has the answer for that. Okay, but I'm not here for that. It's going to take up too much of my time now. Thank God there are others doing the great work. Great, great. So I can play in the small bit. I'll play in Little League. Let everybody go into big league, and when I learn enough, I'll just hop up a little bit and take a peek over the fence and make sure I don't get a ball in the eye. So we have 1080, we have 102. So blackjack, when you add up 1 and the king, you have 91. When you add the 11 more, because the ace now gets an extra value at 11, you get 102. It was an error on my part to do it this way, because when you do it that way, jack, queen, king, okay, jack, queen, and king. King, there are 4 of them, equaling to the 13th card. Now they're all equals to the 10th card. So 52 and 4 cards, now they're only equals to 10, it's 40. And the same thing, and the same thing for the queen and the jack. This one was always worth 11. There were 4 of them, it was 44. There were 4 queens, which is worth 12, is 48. And there were 4 kings, which are 13, okay, which are 13, which equals to 52. But now the first one equals, it goes from this to equaling to this. All of them become alike. Jack me up, turn me over, put on my queen's crown, and let me make just one choice as a king, because after that, my choices are all blocked. And if you make any more choices than one when you are a king, you might be stopping somebody else for saying something in between. Therefore, your egotistical mind or ways are unsure, or the way of the universe which you are unsure of. Why do I say all this and repeat it this way? Is because there are others around. Sometimes we have to make sure they speak. And when we are talking about them, even if they are not speaking, I have to make aware that I know that they're still there, that this is the way I speak as me, Ronnie. Ronnie as a person. Not, I mean, this is I call this the book of Mr. Tackmans. But Ronnie the person, as I do this book, I have to remind myself and tell the audience that I'm not leaving myself out from what I'm thinking, because I'm like a stroke of a chord. I'm like the what do you call that word? I am like the fret. I am like the cold one on a guitar. Okay, so when I took this book down, I didn't know what to say anymore. I got to hold it up again so I can see. So anyways, this becomes 102. This becomes 120. Now, when 120 comes about, or it's 12 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 120, if they're written too close together and I don't know how to add and there's too many zeros and I put them on top of each other, they all go away. How do we get and why do we get zeros? Because this is an 8. No, this is an 8. No, this is an 8. So we can play with 3 zeros, right? We put zeros over here, we got more 8s. So now what we do over here is we got 120. Over here, what we missed is the average of 48, 48, 48 is 144. The total distance between the two is 24 hours on the clock. Plug me in, I'm a blackjack, get the ace in my hat, and let's go. 12, 120 is a dock. Now the question is, if I came halfway into the world, will I be dividing any of these letters, or will I move this C a little bit over? So what I'm going to do, okay, don't forget what CK is. That's man on the cross, 11 and 3. King ends everything as he starts. But I put this together as this, and now I have DK. I no longer have CK. I got do DK. What is a DK? 11 becomes the 15. It becomes the egg. It's a dodo egg because that's what it represents. And why? Because when you add 1 to 15, as you added 1 to king, which was 13, equals to 91. Now you have king, which is 91, and you have the ace, the 14th card after the king, and then you have the next card after that would just be in pool 15 balls. Add 1 to 14, because that's how you get 15. Add 1 to 14, and this equals to your 15. There's a reason how 1 starts everything up. How many more Expo 67s will there be from 1967? There will be 46, but we had one for 47. But you are on the day. You are not 47 years into the future back when you fall on the day of Expo 67 to 47 equals time. Montreal, 1967, time, 47. Jesus, 74. The word cross, 74 times 3 is 222. Messer's got that one, I know that. So CROSS is 10, 20, 29, 31. Is it not? Cross, is it not 31? That's how you get the AC power. 20, 26. Oh, I forgot that letter. 27, 28, 29, 38. Wow, cross says 38. It's on the church. What's Jesus in numbers? You notice Jesus and cross both have S and S. 10 and 10 is 20. 23, 28, 29. Wow, Jesus is 29, which is the body, becomes him on the cross. These two have got to go together. This is part of church. C and H is part of church. I hope I did that right. Okay, that was a short count. Could have made a mistake. So we're coming back to the 4 parts of the day of the o'clock. 5 o'clock is 50 to 50 stars. 6 o'clock of 60 minutes is your first hour and your first part of the day. So you have 6 o'clock. Then you have 70, which is part of the queen. This is 70, which is part of the queen. Queen and jack, which are the initials of D and V, which creates the R initial inside the cards when you're now playing English and French, because you added on the 6 hours, 6 times 6. 6 times 60 equals 360 degrees. And now you have the first day of man. But wait a second. Why do we have the rest of it? Because while you're doing the second world, right, after the first world, you do automatically 3 more worlds in a row. Ding, 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 ding. Always 3. 1 makes 3, which makes 4 whole. And in the center, there's always a center, which gives you the carbon copy core, the 5 that turns around, and the northeast, west, east, south, north, south, southeast, southwest, northeast, southwest, and all those things like that. And then you go to the 8th hour, which is the world. The 9th hour is the birth. The 10th hour of who you are, 5 by 2, Jesus Christ. Okay? And the 11th hour, okay, is when spirit, that spirit ace, the 11th hour, the 11th card in blackjack that comes on in and powers you up to that AC power. LA, New York Rangers. We're coming near the end, my friend. So we've done the o'clocks. And when we get to the 9 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 9 times 60, 9 o'clock adding the 0, 9 times 60 equals 540. And that's when we bring in the radiant sun, the birth of the radiant sun, 54. And this is 1.5 times the day. 12 o'clock is 2 times the day, so we live 2 days in 1. Is that not correct? No, it's not correct. We live 2 days in 1, then the next world it's 3 days in 1, and the next world it's 4 days in 1. This one lives 1 day in its own, and then 3 more worlds get plopped on top of it. A, B, C. 10, 20, 30. 10 Jack, 10, 20. 2010, 3 years ago, comes into creation of this year. Raphael 7286 on a constellation of Pegasus. If you have any questions, don't be hazardous to ask. Thank you for listening to this video. And what else do I have to say? I reckon you all, whoever is out there, whoever is watching me, you want to think I'm mad, you want to think I'm sad, you want to be sad for me because you don't think that I'm capable of doing whatever I'm doing. Don't forget, I'm actually just writing a book. I'm reading a script. This is all being pre-written before. This is not me. This is all an act. I got like 100 of these. Every minute of the day, I get a new one. They send me a new one from outer space. But don't you worry, okay? It's not me. They're all coming from outer space. It has nothing to do with me. Don't think I'm crazy. Don't get me involved. I'm just writing a book. It's my job. I got to make a little bit of living. No. Thank you for watching this video.